What's up, everyone? Hope you're well. I just got back into my dorm, but I am recording the intro of today's video on Monday, January 13th. This video is supposed to be like a 1-week challenge thing, so it did start last January 6th. Yeah, so this really is like my first foray into this like skill acquisition kind of video that I mentioned that I wanted to try to make. Specifically in this one, we're looking at Doom Emacs because I wanted a better way to organize my notes. But yeah, if you don't want to watch like the entire like day progression segment, you can just skip to the final thoughts and I'll give like a concise summary. But other than that, I hope y'all enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hope you're doing well. Today I was watching some YouTube and I actually got another video about Doom Emacs. So yeah, I originally found out about Doom Emacs because of one of James Schultz's videos about his note-taking, and he was talking about org mode on Doom Emacs, and that actually kind of inspired me to learn, but I actually never got around to it. But here's my installation. I managed to do everything correctly. There were a few annoying things about installing this on Mac that I encountered, but I will list those in the video, or in the description or something, so y'all do not get the same issues. So the main reason that I want to use Doom Emacs is because last semester my main method of using or writing notes was this little guy. This is my Supernote A5X2. This wasn't the exact like model I was using, but I was using an e-ink tablet to write all of my notes, just with like this pencil or one of these like stylus pencils. But I wanted to try like a digital organization of more of my notes because what I noticed was, for example, like in here, like my setup was different on my other tablet, but generally it was like pretty similar where I had just like my files and I just had like these like all of my files just in my file explorer, and it wasn't really easy to find what I wanted, and it really got kind of annoying and tedious, which is like the whole reason that I was using digital instead of physical notes, so that finding things was easier. So I did want to try something that organized it a little bit better. However, the problem with just jumping into Doom and Emacs and stuff is that they have all these like special binds, and I think in general there's just a bit of a learning curve getting onto this system compared to something like just what I was doing with files or like Notion or something. So I'm going to take this week and see how far I can get with using Doom, and hopefully I can prepare for my next semester, because it's currently Monday, January 6th, and my school will start on Monday, January 13th. So I'm looking to figure out my note-taking setup before I go back to class. So this is my little Hobonichi notebook, and I've written down our date today and our date at the end of the day. Actually, I kind of messed that up. Okay, here we go. Now I actually have the correct dates written down. But I'm going to take this next week and try to figure out everything about Emacs and Emacs. I think for today, the main things that I want to figure out are mostly like my configuration and then how exactly org mode works. Yeah, but I'll keep y'all updated. See y'all. Yeah, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but this is org mode, org Rome, org plus Rome 2. So now I guess what I want to do is just figure out how to just set up networks, I guess, or like the connections between different files. Okay, so here's where we're at. Let me let this focus. Oh, I don't know what's going on with my lens, but yeah, so basically I managed to make this file, which is, it's supposed to be coding, but it added all these date and like time and stuff, so I think I need to figure out how to get rid of that. But I got this down, and then it links to this file called coding2. So yeah, I think that should be the general structure of the files. But tomorrow I'm gonna figure out how to get rid of this like date timer thing, because I don't need it, and then I'll figure out like a good like template for the notes that I'll be taking. But yeah, this is how it looks in like the notes itself. I think like the big part of setting it up is now finished. It's probably, I don't know, it was kind of annoying to set, like, actually download Doom on my Mac, but I think I might be a little bit stupid. I was listening to this song a lot while doing this. This song is really good. I found it recently. It sounds kind of like an oldie. Yeah. Okay, so it's day 2, and it's pretty late, but I was kind of busy today. I had to finish a lot of stuff up before I went back to campus. But I did get my config more worked out. Basically what's changed is I managed to fix like the whole naming thing where it like added this long timestamp to it. So now there's no longer the long timestamp whenever I make new files, and that was just through like a little config piece I put in, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, it was this piece right here that stopped the whole thing from happening, the long thing from happening. And then I set up the org-roam UI thing, which is like basically like the graph thing with this. This is what it's looking like right now. You can just you can drag it around. But yeah, I basically got the whole like system set up. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have more time and I'll actually try taking notes on it and see how that goes. I'm a big fan. I'm glad I got it to work completely. Yeah, so if you actually do this, the command that you want to like get this to pull up is org roam UI mode. I was looking at like the wrong thing, and I kept looking for something that was like it was. I think I was looking for org roam UI open, and I couldn't find it, and I didn't know why. But yeah, that is the correct one that you want. Yo, what's up, everyone? I made it back to the dorm. We did take the MacBook, so we have all of our Doom stuff here, but I forgot my HHKB, which is very unfortunate. But I do have an update for y'all. We are on the 9th right now, but unfortunately I was really busy on Wednesday, which was the 8th, yesterday. I was not able to actually make any progress on my setup. So I logged in today, and I finished most of what I wanted to get set up, and I have tried writing a little bit with this, but it's pretty good. So my school starts on the 13th, so I am gonna study some of my classes, get prepared for them on these 3 days before it starts, and that's how we'll test the setup. So let me show you what I have done here. Okay, so that first part, I just realized I forgot to sync my changes, but oh yeah, I did change the theme. This is why the colors are different. It went from Grovebox to Space Gray, but I'm trying Space Gray because I liked it. But well, what this does, this is the part I added with my template, is basically you can select a top level for N or W, and that'll put it into either the notes or writing folder. And then under those I have like coding notes, books notes, and then under writing I have like general entry writing, or like writing for my book. So over here, if I go into org-roam, you can see these specific folders like with those what is it, like subfolders that I want those specific types of notes to go into. So how this actually works is if I go to make a new node, I guess we'll call it coding test. So if I was to go and make a new coding note, I can first select N to go into my notes folder, and then C to my coding folder, and here I can write whatever I want to, and it will go directly into like my coding notes folder that I have here in my directory, which I think is really cool. So I think I'm ready to grind tomorrow. So I really like this picture of a cat. I've been finding pictures of cats that I really like recently, so my wallpaper has been changing a lot. But yeah, I think we're locked in for the semester notes. Okay, so it's Friday, so this is the 5th day, and today I tried taking some notes. I was reviewing C stuff, or not. Yeah, I was just looking at C, like a textbook that was online. But yeah, I just took notes, and I am pretty sure that everything that I need is like figured out. Like I'm pretty sure that I have everything figured out. So I'm just using this file as like an index, and then I'm just going into all of these files for notes on specific topics, and that's just reflected here on the little UI mode thingy, which is cool, I suppose. Yeah. I don't know. There's not much else to it. I think my system is fully sorted out. Well, I guess one cool thing I did is that I imported a theme, but it's not really much, is it? Yeah. I don't think there's anything more to this. It's been fun learning all the little shortcut keybinds and commands and stuff. But I think there's really not much else to do other than like further customize my my terminal, if that's something I want to do. I think like for the most part all of the functionality is there. So I guess things will only change depending on the classes and how I want to organize the notes for those classes now. This is recorded a little bit after the other segments, but just to clarify, every time I'm talking about Emacs, specifically I'm talking about Emacs org mode, because I've only been using Emacs for note-taking, not for coding or anything. Yeah, so the first thing that I wanted to mention was how much time it actually took me to get my configuration all set up and downloaded and everything, because when I talked to other people, the first thing that they mentioned was always like the upfront time commitment that it took to get set up into and like get into this ecosystem. So for me, like I spent around like 5 to 6 hours total, I think, getting my setup all configured the way I wanted it to, but a lot of that was like because I was making mistakes and I was like learning and stuff. So if you like really wanted to, I'm sure you could get into it in like an hour or two, because if you just copied like someone else's pre-built configuration, it probably would go fine, and it would save you a lot of time, I think. But for me, like one of the main drawing points was like how each setup is like fully customizable and unique, and I think it like really just is that way. Like even if you copy someone's setup, you're gonna have to tweak it, and I think that really makes it your own and unique, which I think is really cool and like one of the main drawing points. I would say like because of that, it does take slightly more commitment to like learning at the start, and specifically if you want to use like Doom Emacs, because of like the binds, I think it is like a kind of a commitment, but like the binds aren't that hard to learn. Like if you're actually navigating through the editor like with your binds, then I think you'll get the hang of it like within the setup time that you take. And especially because you can just set up your own binds. Like, so for me, I set up my binds pretty similar to binds that I use for like other applications. And like I just learned, I think I had to learn like memorize like 3 or 4 like specific ones that I ended up using a lot. But other than that, I don't think the commitment to binding was that bad, and it does make like navigation much easier. But I think that like Emacs in general is for like a very specific crowd. You do a lot to get like the same result that you could with another framework like Notion or Obsidian or something, or just like Google Docs even. But I do think it is really cool, and there's like a higher ceiling for customizability. So I'd say like a fair way to put it is just that it's a tool that has like a higher skill floor and then a much higher like skill ceiling than other tools. Because like of course you can even get to the point where you just make like your own plugins and packages like for whatever purpose that you need. And one more thing to add is that Emacs does maintain like all of your offline access. Yeah, it's like Obsidian where you have full control of your files. But yeah, overall this was a super fun project, and even if like you don't want to take notes in Emacs, I think it's a fun like week or like 2-week project that you can try out. And yeah, so these are my thoughts now. I do want to retry Notion and Obsidian because those are like both note-taking methods that I tried in the past, but I haven't had time to spend with them too recently. So I'll probably be looking to release a similar type of video for both Notion and Obsidian. And yeah, I hope this is helpful to you guys, hopefully inspired some of you guys to try Doom. And if this is the start of your semester, good luck to everyone.